This clip is going viral. Let's see what it's talking about. Hit the like button for your boy.
Standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 23. You wear skinny jeans. We're not grading this on a curve.
So after watching that clip, I can kind of see what people were talking about. So I got from that was that she works out and she writes apps. She says she's written a couple books and speak 3 languages. The 3 languages I think is definitely can come in helpful in certain moments, but men overall don't care about women's accomplishments like that. We care more if a woman is nurturing, if she's sweet, if she's agreeable, things like that. And no offense, just watching that 20-second clip of yours, you can kind of tell that being around you would be a bit exhausting. And also, you lead with accomplishments like a man would, an annoying man. Let's see what other people were saying about the clip.
So this young lady has been going viral because she said that men are complaining that her standards are too high. And then she goes on a rant about all of the accomplishments that she has, right? And ma'am, I'm here to tell you, we don't care. We give a damn about what you done your degrees, you building applications, what you squat in the gym. The only squatting that we care about is squatting to pull something out of the oven or squatting in the bedroom. Sorry. We just, as men, could care less. And you got all of these accomplishments and all of these degrees, but let me guess. When I marry you, you want to stay at home, right? And let me pay everything. Ma'am, no, thank you. Collectively as men, and I think I speak for all men, I've been elected a spokesman for men. No, thank you. No, thank you. Because the one thing about a woman that leads with her accomplishments and her degrees and her businesses and all of these things is when times get hard and you go through a valley low, pew, they file for divorce. That is a guarantee. Because they're like, well, I don't need to go through bad times. He can just go through bad times by himself. They have no sense of team. They have no sense of togetherness. It's me, I. We'll take a woman off of fries at McDonald's who is kind, gentle, a good cook, keeps her body in good shape, friendly, wants to be a mother and a wife. For the last time, ladies, we do not care about your accomplishments.
And he made a great point in that clip about women, regardless of their degrees, their career type, even if they actually are high earners, not these fake social media high earners who swear up and down they make 7 figures. They still want a man to take care of all the bills, which as men, we always question and think, well, what's the point of you even going to college? If you're going to go to college, rack up all these degrees, go into the workforce and make okay money, but you have huge amount of debt. But the minute you meet that man who makes more than you, who's the man you want to be with, you want to stop working. So what was the point of you going to school for all those advanced degrees in the first place?
This doesn't make any sense.
It literally makes no sense, but we'll get to the degree argument here in a second. Well, let's read some of these comments real quick. This first comment is from a woman and it says, I get it, sis, but doesn't matter what you're selling if the consumers aren't interested in buying. Example, it doesn't matter how you cut, season, and garnish meat if you're selling to vegans. Then nobody cares. My point is men don't care what you do if that's not what they look for in a woman, but congrats on all your accomplishments. And that's refreshing hearing a woman say that because accomplishments that she runs off, that's only impressive to other women. Not to say all of them are irrelevant. The 3 languages, like I said, it's kind of dope. Listing those accomplishments is something that will get cheers from other women. But unless you scissoring your timbers, what does it matter what these other women say other than just to get pats on the back from other women on social media, which is a big reason a lot of these women are on social media, just to get approval from other women like teenagers. Different story, different day.
Across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial portfolio.
For the women who are just eating this video up, I want y'all to understand something. Imagine if there was a man who led with his wallet and his accomplishments. And when he talks about dating, all he talks about is never spending money on a woman and never being around a woman who isn't as accomplished as him. Y'all say it all the time, there's nothing worse than a wealthy, stingy man. Because what's the point? It's the same thing with women. Y'all just don't want to see yourselves in that light. You've spent 10, 15 years getting degree after degree after degree, dominating in the workplace, doing all of this. Those are your only reputable skills that you can show, like, hey, look at who I am. Then you want to get in a relationship and not share any of that. And if you aren't even sharing knowledge, it's coming from a place where you're trying to belittle someone and show someone how smart you are. You definitely aren't spending money on the relationship, and you definitely don't want to be with anyone who's beneath you in terms of intelligence, right? You see how stupid that sounds? To most men, it seems like, well, her greatest attributes aren't going to be shared or put up on a wall anywhere in our house other than where she hangs her degrees and where they collect dust. It means nothing to a man. If you are the normal type of woman who You don't want to help pay the bills. You don't want to do any of that. Now, if that's not you, I'm not talking about you. But most of the time, no matter how much money she makes, she talking about, I want a man who make more money than me because she don't want to be paying them bills. Again, if that is your biggest attribute and you don't share, what sense does it make? You better be the greatest. You better have the greatest personality anyone's ever seen. You know, it doesn't make sense.
Another valid point. Regardless of how much they make, in a partner, they want someone who makes more. Go to school, get your doctorate, become a doctor.
I'm a PhD.
That PhD is still going to want a man who makes more than her. And if she gets with him more times than often, I don't want to work anymore. So what's the sense of going to school and getting all them degrees? Another thing about the whole degree thing is that too many of these women, the degrees become part of their personality. Like they wear that on their sleeves. Similar to the woman in the beginning of the video. Now, she wasn't talking degrees specifically, but they earn these degrees, become part of their personality, and they don't understand how off-putting it is to men. Because I've always said this about women with their degrees. If you're not making any money with your degree, why is it important? You can have a PhD in underwater basket weaving and you're working at damn Marshalls or Ross. How important is your degree then if it's not making you any money?
The degree girlies are upset, and they literally proving my point in the comment section. They really make it their whole personality. And then if the joke ain't funny enough, you go to their profile, and what do you see in the bio? Them bragging about them degrees. Like, what is this, Indeed? This is TikTok. Why do we need to know? One thing they gonna do is let you know about them degrees, and that's the thing. The fact that you would think that a man is intimidated when the only way he'd really know is if you told it to him, right? Because you don't walk around with PhD on your forehead. And like I said, a lot of y'all are stupid in real life, right? You book smart, but you stupid in real life. So just talking to you, nobody would know what degree you got, right? Because you simple-minded like a child. You just know how to test well, right? So let's not act like people can look at you and know that you're educated. They can't, right? And being educated is not limited to you only having a degree. But again, because y'all make this your whole personality, and you think that because you retain information and you do well under structure, that somehow you're more intelligent than the average person. But again, you're failing at life. A lot of the stuff that you learn, you don't even have to implement in everyday life. But the stuff that you do need to implement in everyday life, you're not good at. You're not smart and intelligent in those areas. You're very dumb, actually, in those areas, right? And that's the reason why a lot of y'all are sitting with degrees that you're not doing anything with. You don't even have a job in that area, right? Nowhere near it. You're not even using that degree. But again, y'all make it your whole personality, and that's why you're insufferable, and that's why nobody likes you. Men don't want to date you. Women don't want to be friends with you. You have a disgusting attitude when it comes to this degree topic. And then you just be so slow and stupid that you could listen to a whole video of what I said and you still misinterpret it, because again, that degree still ain't saving you with common sense. You got all these degrees and you still can't listen to a simple TikTok and understand it. What good is the degree doing you, sis? It's not.
And she makes a great point about college degrees doesn't equal intelligence. But I think most people know that. But I think that's really relevant to this story, because if you go under the comments of not only the original video and all these other videos, you still have so many women just not understanding because they think only for them. They think only way that women think. And again, well, women make these videos to get approval from other women. So women in the comments are saying she's an independent queen and wants a man who matches her energy. So what is wrong with that? She is not settling, period. The thing is, ladies, your opinion doesn't matter if she's not into women. If she's into men, like I'm presuming she is, your opinion is irrelevant. It's about what the men think. And no matter how many PhDs or master's degrees they have, they refuse to wrap their head around the fact that it matters what men want, because men are the ones who determine if you're in a relationship or not. And also, if you're seeking a relationship, seeking to have a family, and seeking to have marriage, considering the lady said that she's 30 years old, and going by her tone and the way she conducted herself in the video, I doubt she has either one of them. And it has absolutely nothing to do with her looks. It's just her personality.
Mentioned I started diversifying my financial portfolio at 20.
And all that right there is why you single now. Now, before y'all just try to jump all over me like y'all always do for no reason, hear me out. The reason why I say that is you saying all these accomplishments, but think about it. Women always say, well, men shouldn't care what a woman bring to the table. A man shouldn't care what a woman do. A man shouldn't care how much the woman make. The man shouldn't care how many bodies they got. Yes, he's gonna care how many bodies you got. Why wouldn't he? But that's not the point. But now that you feel like you actually accomplished something, because those other things are like negatives to y'all. So now that you feel like you actually accomplished something, you want the men to care. But it's like, you already programmed us to not care. So now you want us to care about some accomplishments that ain't going to help us at all? What can I benefit from you knowing 3 languages? Or whatever accomplishments you got, what could I gain from that? Ladies, hear me out before y'all try to disagree, because even if I say 2 + 2 = 4, y'all still gonna disagree. But before y'all even try to disagree, think about it. If you met a rich man and you knew he was rich, y'all got together, and you didn't benefit any kind of way off of his money, then what was it for? What does it matter that he got $100 million in the bank if you don't receive $1? Okay.
You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Men don't care about your accomplishments like that. And then also to the original video, if a man can watch a 20-second, 30-second video of yours and is already repulsed by that, like I was, like a lot of men were watching that clip, that tells you that you need to work on something or change your personality in order to be a better woman, to be a better catch for a man. But how many women will actually receive that? Because that takes humility and putting your ego to the side. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do better, squad. Fall out.